Baseball cap, burlap, no. Canvas. You know what? Canvas might be good, actually. That one may be the closest that I can get there. Reinforced and used, washed out, Dobby, aged. No, that's like mummy wrap though, it's too much. Flannel, tartan. Some of this stuff may not be on your stuff there. You may have to find your own. Creased linen, no. Linen worn. Sci-fi superhero. Let's go back to canvas. I think I'm going to use canvas, but I'm going to probably lower the wrinkles down on that. So let me start off with that. Let me just come over here to canvas and just slap it over all of this. It's going to make like some stuff here, right? That's okay. I don't really like the green, but we'll just see what we can do. I need to go through a lot of this stuff here though, because there's a couple of these freaking layers. It's pretty hilarious. Triplanar, please. Triplanar. See if we can get all these guys on triplanar. Folds, triplanar, yeah. Yeah, that stuff. Just make everything triplanar if you can. Buddy, old pal, friend. Because you're killing me here. Sharpen. Yeah, there's still some seam there. But it gets the idea. It knows what I'm trying to do here. Alright. Now, I'm going to put a black mask on this whole guy here. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one layer, because James wanted some like chaotic wrap, okay, and that's still okay. But what I wanted here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one layer of finally wrapped wrapping on it just for the first layer, and then we're going to make a second layer over it to put a little bit of chaos over top of that finally wrapped layer. So I hope that makes sense to you guys for that. So let's get to it. Let's put it up here on the top. Maybe that'll be less likely. Actually, yeah. I was like, I should probably take this opportunity to cover up some UV seams with that, right? This is my UV nightmare down here. So I'm putting story element on this frickin' blade. Why not, right? Why not cover up a UV seam in the process? Kill two birds with one stone, right? Okay. Jeez, this brush. Take it down, bro. Take it down. I don't know why it's freaking out like that. Okay, so I have my mask started. We're going to do a paint. All right, and what I'm going to do is I need my brush set up here. Let's put a hardness on this thing, not all the way hard. Maybe like 90%. That seems good. You still want some soft stuff in there, right? Could change this to white, and let's do our first, let's make this a realistic size here though. Something like this. So I'm just gonna do like a shift click, like that. Disregard that, try to disregard that I have some normals there for that. I'm probably gonna have to do some normal map replacing over top of this kind of thing. That already kind of makes my UV seam look a little bit better, I guess. We're gonna have to do some tweaking here, but we're just doing this right now just to see what it looks like. Make sure you go all the way with it, all the way to the corner. Don't leave these little circles in here. Okay, so we'll do something like that there. We may also need to like double back to the original spot. Oh my goodness, seriously. You pick the suckiest times to do these things, my friend. Okay, let me do this here. Let's snap some from the side a little bit so I see where these guys are lining up. There we go. And now I can like we can cross over from this point here though. So I can, this is what's nice about not doing mirroring and symmetry sometimes, is that you can have some sides of the model that are doing something different. But now I'm kind of painting in this wrapping now, where it's following up there. And I realized that, yeah, my height is like backwards here, where it's cutting into the model. I understand that. We get it. We'll fix it. So let me just get some more in here so we have a nice full effect. Whoa. Right. Keep it going around the ends. Alright. Let's just take this guy one more direction here. Like this. Now it's just like, okay, well now I've gone this far. Like, how do I end this thing without it just looking like a weird band-aid, right? You probably, what you want to do is wrap the wrap inside of itself again. So I'm going to do that here in a minute. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. Make sure that that last rep is nicely thinned out like that. And I'm just going to come back over here to black. And I'm just going to draw a straight line across it now. And just let that wrap kind of go back underneath the other wrapping there. This is kind of what we're doing. Something like that. Okay, I'll do the same thing over here with this guy probably. Oh, never mind. Make sure that we're doing this on two different sides here. You don't want this crisscrossing action happening on both sides, so. Alright, that's kind of cool. Let's maybe trim off a little bit of this here too. Alright. Okay, so that's wrapping area number 1. Now we need to find this stuff now and like change it before it starts to bug me. This one has no height influence. This one does. Pattern and color adjustments. Let me see if I can just take away that negative and make it a positive. Like, poke it out more. Don't stab it in. More pokey, please. More pokey. Okay. I'm not sure if that's working or not. Let's see if there's anything else that's taking away from height. A little more from this guy, maybe. Folds. This one's definitely doing some height. I don't know what this is. blurring it. Okay. Just give it a little bit more height because it wasn't. There we go. Cool. So a little bit of that going on there. Edge folds doesn't look like. Yeah, we're getting height in this one too. I don't know. We'll see about that. Just playing with some things. No height in this one. Good. Sharpen layer. Okay, fine. Sharpening the colors. Okay. So that is set up. Let's see if we can get some better base colors in here. Kind of take away from this green pattern, make it a little bit gray. Now, I want this to overlap my I want it to override my normal, basically. I want it to not have any normal map influence anymore for that. So I'm gonna need to really make sure that my stuff here is let's come over to normals for real quick. I want this to be a normal map. Okay, so here, something we're probably gonna have to do here is a little weird, but bear with me. We're going to have to replace the normal map now and just mask this stuff out, okay? So here's what we're gonna do is I'm going to set this guy up from instead to being normal map mixing, from being combined to being replaced, okay? And now you just realize, yeah, we lost that normal map. I'm probably gonna have to do the same thing with the AO here, okay? So now that I've taken that stuff out, all right, that's gonna, we're solely gonna be working with, we're solely gonna be working with our layers here pretty much. But let's play around here a little bit. Now I'm going to have to plug this stuff back in down here. I've made a fill layer now. I gotta basically slap my textures back in the fill. I only want AO and normal. Okay, here's my normal map. Let's put them back in. And here's my AO map. Let's put them back in. Okay. And now I can either mask this out. You know, if most of it's good, then I want to add a white mask, okay? If most of it's bad, then I want to add a black mask. But now I'm just gonna need to make a paint in this. Put a paint in there. Okay, but you see what I'm doing here, though. I have my normal map and my AO map in this layer now instead, and it's replacing what's happening there. So I'm basically masking this stuff out. Make sure I'm covering this all. Okay, get the other side here. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want this thing conforming all the way in there, right? Because that's gonna look weird. Like, okay, well this thing is just totally band-aided into my model, and that's not gonna be good for you. Okay. Now there's something else that's happening here though. Let's see what it is. I've got an AO overlay. Okay, that's not good. So I need to put a white mask in my AO overlay and get rid of that as well. Let me put a paint in there. Let me undo that. You always want to be using paints, okay? That way, you know, you can control the opacity in this later on down the road. Okay, so painting that out, I'm not really sure if that's making much of a difference. This may just be coming from the material itself. you know, it's using my AO map and stuff, and I may need to tell it not to do that. Okay, so let's find generators now. No generators. Find masks. Okay, here's curvature. 1 minute. Okay, I'll be right back. Hang on. Let me pause this. Alright. So curvature may be it as well. Let me go to curvature here. There we go. That's what it was. Alright. So I like the curvature that's happening on the ends here, but I don't like the curvature in the middle. I mean, maybe I do, actually. I don't know why we're masked off on that. I gotta figure that out. Something has gone awry here with my masking. Oh, wait, what? This should be outside that layer. I don't want... I think that's probably what's happening here. I want this on the bottom. I just need to put the blade up. There we go. Okay, that fixed it. There was some weird masking where it was only isolated into the blade there. You know, I could keep something like this going. Excuse me. You know, I think I'm gonna leave that there for right now, because that kind of implies that there may be some tightness in there or some looseness, vice versa there. So maybe I'll leave that in there for right now. You know what I would like to do is I would like to what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the chaos kind of part of this wrapping over top of it, and I'll take that away from the chaos part basically. Okay, so let's see what we're getting here. Okay, we're I'm gonna now duplicate this layer, or the whole folder basically. I'm gonna duplicate the whole folder. So I should have 2 of them. What happened? Where'd it go? I want you to duplicate the whole folder. There. I don't know why it didn't do it the first time. We'll find out. Okay, but instead of, you know, we're gonna have to X this mask out now. Remove mask. And make it, we'll just make a new black mask. And put this guy on top of it. Okay, so we have the linear stuff that's looking good. Actually, I want to keep the size looking good. And then start doing like my chaos wrap that goes over top of it, basically. Now that's not looking too good there because the height is not overlapping. So I'm gonna have to bump up the height on the overall. You know what? Let me just see. Let me just crank up the overall height in this whole thing here. There we go. Just a little bit more height on the whole layer, like just the whole base layer. That should take care of things for us there, okay? But now I could just kind of come up here now. Mask this guy around, and now I could just start making that chaotic wrap. I did not mean to like line up perfectly with that. I was looking for chaos and found just the regular-ish. Let's reverse this. Let's go up with it instead. Right, just know that if I overlap this stuff though, if I overlap it, then it's going to be very clear and visible that I'm overlapping that. So So we can do stuff like this here where, you know, maybe I'm coming back in. Or we're covering this up a little bit more, maybe. Who knows, right? Or maybe, you know, actually what I did here was I kind of straightened that line up, and it looks like I've kind of like combined it with the original wrapping there too, which is kind of nice. Put some extra information in there. All right, where did I started this thing over here, so I still have some more real estate down here. Let's do just a little bit more chaos on this side here. I'll mask some of that stuff out. And let's see if I can just combine. I think I'm too big or something. I'm a little bit too big on this. Because I need to mask some of that out. Let me combine this guy with this guy over here. And just flip over to X. If you just press X, it flips over to black and kind of clean up some of this, right? And there we go. I've got a little bit of that. Now I'm getting a little bit of height in here, so actually what I'm going to do is let me just lower the opacity of this brush and just kind of gray this stuff out. You know, kind of just blend it now. Right. And there we go. Little bandage there. Okay, now there was something else I said I wanted to do, right? I wanted to get rid of the curvature in these areas here. So just so it's, let's see, where's my curvature at? It was in here somewhere. And sharpen, no, dust, edge fold. There it is. Okay, so let me put a paint over this now. And I want to mask. Let's get my stroke opacity back up again. Remember that. Just mask that stuff out of there now. It doesn't matter, actually. I can do it this way because it's only going to do it on my chaos wrap, right? You see, now I have some of this stuff overlapping the old stuff, and it's giving me that, right? I'm not sure if that's really masking off the right way, though. Take a look. Because there may still be a little element of that in the bottom layer. Let me just draw a straight line here. No, never mind. I need to do this a little bit a little cleaner. Let me just draw a line like this. There we go. All right. Let's look at base color here. Let's take a look. So base color, it looks like we're getting that stuff occluded out of there, so not looking too bad. Still looking kind of messy over here, but what are you gonna do, right? And we can kind of change. I would say maybe not change the colors of things a little bit. I think that's pretty much doing what you wanted to do, really, in that area. Look good to you, though? I mean, it's definitely not changing the silhouette at all of the model. So if you wanted something like that, I mean, this bandaging, though, it's not really going to change too much. Better than you expected? Yeah. If you do something like that on the handle, I think you'll still be pretty happy with it. And just like heck, you just keep going with it too. You can kind of loosen it up a little bit, kind of put a little strand coming out over here, kind of thing. I would say that's a little off there, but you know, let's grab like a shape starting off over here and come on down and just like put some gaps in it too. That way it's just like really haphazardly taped together. Just like get that black line in there again to kind of cross it off. Yeah. Yeah, all the anime fans are freaking out right now. What? I could do that? Yeah, I guess you can. You're crazy, but you can. Kind of cross this out. All right. I see some comments there. Hang on. I'm kind of doing my perfectionist thing here, obviously. I'll just get some stuff in here. All right, whatever. Cool enough. Given the silhouette of my model, that is pretty stellar, though. Gotta remember this. Trey will probably get more use out of it than me. I'm not looking for a degree here. You guys are paying for this. You guys get that degree. Make all those other teachers look like they don't know anything, right? Okay. Any questions from you guys? Anything else? That's the dream, yeah. That is the dream. Since I'm getting like a 2-layer overlap on that, probably want to mask out that curvature over here.